Hello and welcome. This is going to be a video discussing the daily workout, not necessarily just the daily workout, but the Gran Turismo 7 state of play, not as a whole, but in terms of my talking points. Now, there were some things like scapes and visuals and such, and yeah, that's fine. It'll be PS5, it'll look great, it'll sound great, cool, whatever. But there are four key things that I want to talk about. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Roulette Ticket. Now, this ticket specifically is it says a 4 out of 6 star rarity. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for possible rarity or if they're going to give out gifts. So, Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6 had the gifts option. This gifts option was used for player-to-player trade of vehicles. Now, you would be able to search a player online, one of your friends, gift a car to them, and they'd be able to take the car and drive it and do whatever they wanted with it. So that's a very good thing that it's returning. Now, does that mean it returning means that you're able to trade between players, or is it going to be in this format as you see on the screen, where the game's going to gift you these tickets or these redeemable things in the game to get these rewards or gifts or such? So maybe if a new car comes out in the game, they'll gift it to you through your gift box, like as a mobile game would, and just gift it to you instead of you having to scrounge up credits and try and buy it, like how GT Sport did, where if you played the game, you had to scrounge up the credits to buy it, but most of the cars weren't too expensive. Like the Demio XD, when it introduced in Gran Turismo Sport, was only 18,000 credits, so it's not terribly hard to get those vehicles, but it would be very interesting if they do gift it to you originally, instead of you having to purchase it. But again, the rarity looks like it goes from 4 to 6 stars. The daily ticket is a 4-star, so that's very common. You're gonna get that every day. So I don't see how any 5 or 6s are gonna really top that, since the roulette ticket's probably just gonna be the same old roulette. We haven't seen the roulette; they didn't show it in the state of play, so we're not gonna. It's not. Hopefully, it's not just the same circle and it shows with the spotlight and then it picks a car. Hopefully, it's just on a wheel and then you click it and you throw a dart at it and then you get the car. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's just my discussion on gifts. Hopefully, they come back in a bigger form rather than it being the form that was before, where it was just gifting between people. Where I hope it's gifting between people, but it's hopefully that the GT admins do give a lot to the players as well. So the second portion we're going to go into is the cars. Now, they stated at the start of the show, and throughout the show, that there's going to be 400 vehicles from 50 different brands. So it's a lot. As you see on screen, it's showing the European one. Again, it's European, Asian, and of course the Americas region. Americas region has the usual, stock cars and such, or not stock cars, but American cars, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, whatever. The German region, as you see, has AMG with Mercedes, and then you also have Lewis Hamilton, but that's more of a, museum thing. Unless they have a Lewis Hamilton vehicle, that'd be kind of cool. But the big part I want to talk about is Radical. Now, if you don't know what Radical is a vehicle that is more of like a LMP car, but the LMP car has a distinct feel to it, where it's more of a, grounded LMP car, but it's more of a street version, or a lighter version of it. So, in iRacing, there's a Radical series. Now, I understand that in iRacing, the Radical series is like a recurring thing and such, but if they do it in Gran Turismo 7, Gran Turismo 7 may have an FIA, if there is FIAs, because they haven't shown it, and I think I didn't even show you the map. They removed the little top right portion that they showed originally, so right now it doesn't seem like there is a dedicated tournaments mode or a guaranteed super thing like the FIA yet. But they did mention in there, when they did show online play, it did say sports mode. Someone did mention that. It said sports mode, not sport mode, sports mode. Now this may be increasing the options or something, or maybe something different, and sports is included with the online play or the lobby mode. They just combined it and made it sports instead. Who knows, it could just be any of those things, but it'd be interesting if they just set up a series for specific cars, like for Radical, and maybe a McLaren only series or such. And instead of just manufacturers and nations, they'll do those little type of, manufacturer specific ones. We have to really get used to the vehicle rather than pushing the normal stuff that you would do, like, daily race A, B, C, which I was hoping for in this presentation, which they didn't state anything about daily races, which was kind of sad. But again, it was mentioned by streamers and such that this was more of a casual focused state of play. I think they wanted to focus on the state of play for the casual fans, which most will be for the single player content, which I know a couple people are excited for, which good for them. But for me, single player is fine. But I wanted to know more of the sport mode, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'll still play the single player mode, and I'll still delve into it. And of course, I'll make videos on it, but we'll see overall what happens with it. So the third portion we're going to go into is the world circuits. Now these circuits, they did say there's going to be 35 tracks at launch, but they said any of free content will be coming after launch. So that's going to be kind of cool. We don't know what other tracks they're going to add to the game, but anything that was currently in GT Sport will be in GT7 at launch, with the inclusion of Trial Mountain, Deep Forest Raceway, High Speed Ring, and of course Daytona International Speedway, with the regular variation and of course the road course variation. Now we don't know if there's going to be reverse variations for each, but for Trial Mountain and High Speed Ring, I believe there are reverse variations for those, and of course Deep Forest has a reverse variation. So no worries, there will be a second version of each, but again, we don't know about Daytona since it's a realistic track. We don't know if it's going to be reversed or not. It would be cool if it would be reversed. I don't think any of the games had it reversed, but for Daytona, the oval would just be like, okay, you're just going backwards, but the road course would be kind of interesting going backwards. We'll just have to see. So, again, like I said, those are the new tracks into the game. As you see at the bottom, there's High Speed Ring, there's Tokyo Expressway, there's the French Cup, French Championship, there's a Trial Mountain Cup, which is like Trial Mountain. There's an Oceania Asia Cup, and there's the European Cup. So, it's the usual affair if you play Gran Turismo 4, 5, 6, where it'll be more traditionally named cups like the Sunday Cup and all these other things, instead of like how it was in Gran Turismo Sport, where it was like, the Gran Turismo GT4 Championship or the GT3 Championship or something different. I hope like the wind comes back. I really do like that in Gran Turismo 4, and it'll be on Daytona, so it'll be good fun. So, of course, the last little portion we're going to talk about is the time and weather simulation. Now, this is going to be the real big portion that I want to talk about. Now, this one is for time and weather. Now, they didn't state it was going to be rolling, but they did show an image, or they did show a slideshow, or not a slideshow, but in-lobby replay system, which the replay system got changed. There's no more black bars at the top and bottom like what most people remember in GT Sport. It's completely clean. There's no watermarks yet. I don't know if they're going to be added when they add it into the game, but there was completely no watermarks on the replays at all whatsoever. And there was even one point where it showed like a caution flag in the middle of the in the middle of the screen, so you could see it was a lobby. So it was really in game. It wasn't just completely fabricated. It was in game, running on the system at that time on the PlayStation 5, just running through the simulation. And it gradually got sunnier and it gradually got rainier. Now, again, we don't know what on scale it's going to be. If it's going to be on every track like that, where it's going to be a rolling time scale, where it's going to be rainy and sunny and then whatever. But Kaz did note during the presentation that since Nürburgring is such a massive track, like 13 or something miles, that there will be some parts of the track that are completely dry, and then there will be some parts of the track that are completely wet. So, again, you have to sort of decide and, plan your strategy on the lines depending on where you see the rain or not. Because it could be completely different depending on what you do, which would be absolutely insane. So, you sort of have to decide before you, go onto the track. Not go onto the track, but sort of decide. Because, again, they do also give you one new tool, which there is a new tool in the bottom right section of the screen, depending on what view you use, which is called the Weather Radar. Now, he did state that you can discern the weather based on a certain degree. Not necessarily you're going to know exactly when the rain's coming or such, but you sort of have to play little mind games like how an F1 or director would or such to sort of discern if the rain's going to come in or not. So you have to be your own little crew chief and decide if you want to pit for the intermediates or the wets, depending on if the rain's going to come in, or if you just want to stick it out on the slicks and be Lando Norris and unfortunately lose the race. Anyways, it will be very interesting how this may work in, the sport mode races. They may do a sport mode race where it's like, the rolling weather. I don't know how accelerated it's going to be, because if you're taking stuff like from Race Driver Grid, there was like a time scaling thing where it would go like 24 times or 10 times or whatever, depending on how long you made the race. So it would go from day to night, that type of cycle. So what if GT Sport's going to do that, where if you make a race extremely short, but make it with rain and sun and all this stuff, will it accelerate, rain, sun, in between like 5 minutes? One lap it's raining, one lap it's sunny. Or is it going to be something where if you make it a 5-lap race with the rain, it'll be raining all 5 laps, and you can't change it to go sunny, or you can make it rainy at the beginning or sunny. We don't know the complexities of this rolling system yet, but it's going to be very intriguing to see when it does eventually happen. But again, if you did enjoy this Gran Turismo 7 sort of talk of the talking points from the State of Play from February 2nd, 2022, you can, of course, leave a like, comment, subscribe. My goal is 300 before Gran Turismo 7. I'm only 14 away. That's all I'm saying. So again, if you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!